Oh, rat. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Salt Mines, where we watch people have mental breakdowns while playing StarCraft. And it's, of course, starting off very quickly, as it always does. Who am I? In the bottom left side of the map says, good luck, have fun. Their opponent, Runner CV, says, WTF, dude. Fuck, man. Wait, why? Double exclamation mark. Oh my god, the suspense. I'm Protoss, by the way. Okay, so it looks like who am I is random, and they're thinking, oh, maybe my opponent was losing it because they couldn't see my race. Oh, I'll let them know. Oh, by the way, I'm Protoss, mate. There you go, no worries. And Run SCV very actively typing right now. They've been on 0 APM for a while. They said, you have an Asian man as your profile pic. Is that a joke? Wait. Sorry, there was some info about this replay. Hold on. All right, so Cosmic, who sorts the replays for me, has let me know. Apparently, one of the players had the Geek Rainer picture. He's written in his notes after sorting this replay, which is, I remember this picture because it's one of the strangest pictures they've ever done. And I even Google imaging it. This is the only way I can find it. Someone's posted on Reddit, my friend looks exactly like the nerd Rainer image. Now, this is actually from, I think this was like was it 2017, 2018? There was a back-to-school set of profile pictures they dropped in StarCraft 2. So SC2, is it back to school? Okay, guys, after much Googling, I had to search StarCraft back to school. We found it was actually 2013 when they announced this. And we had, basically there was a bunch of profile pictures as if it's a yearbook. We have professors, Mr. Zeratul, the best teacher, Kerrigan, best dressed. I think those are meant to be cheerleader pom-poms that she's holding on either side. And then, of course, Jimmy Raynor, most likely to succeed, because apparently he was a big old nerd before he got involved in crime and then later law enforcement. Weirdest pictures ever. Obviously, this is an ancient one. I didn't know anyone still used this picture. So I think what we're seeing as we resume this replay is basically who am I has that picture. And Run SCV is offended because it looks Asian. They said, I think it's Raynor. Do I look like I give a fuck? It's a, oh my god. And Run SCV says it's a word that rhymes with hoot or cook. Maybe I'll just say it's kind of, because it's, you guys know, it's the Asian slur. I'm not going to say, I got to blur that out in case YouTube gets us in trouble. But yeah, WTF, I'm reporting you, says Run SCV. Okay, so Run SCV, I have so many questions. AOMI says, yeah, I think that's Raynor, famous Asian man. He's Italian, bro. It's clearly an Asian, you dickhead. Wait. Guys, I'm going to leave the replay running in the background. How is that an Asian? I mean, he does look a bit weird. He looks like he could be, I guess, like, the mullet. Okay, you guys tell me. Does he look, he kind of looks, he definitely looks a little bit more Asian, I guess, in the black and white, but I think the mullet, the glasses, the jawline, and that thin little mustache, I'm absolutely getting hipster vibes. I don't know about you guys. I'm getting loafers with no socks. You know, young Raynor finding out his identity, and he's trying to be a bit of a cool guy. Famous Asian country, Italy. Now, what's funny, guys, is who am I? Does he realize, or is he trolling? Because Raynor in the campaign is definitely not Italian. Raynor, the Italian pro player, is, though. So I think who am I has recognized that their opponent is such a gronk, and they've basically come in here and just said, I'm just going to troll you. Clearly an Asian dickhead. Oh, it's a funny cunt. Oh, guys, Run SCV is clearly Australian. This isn't I immediately just got, because they've already just been saying random unhinged stuff that makes very little sense. Their build order is utter trash as they long distance mine their natural. Speaking of which, haven't we seen someone who's done this before? You guys remind me. I'm not sure if it was Salt Mines or somewhere else. I'm watching a game where someone was mining their natural for like 10 minutes straight. It was really weird. But the fact that he's got a problem with Asian people existing, and he said, oh, we got a funny cunt here. I immediately have clocked that, and I probably shouldn't say that word too much either. We might get, this video might just get demonetized. We'll accept that. That's totally fine. Hopefully it doesn't restrict viewing. There is a certain class of Australian you come across if you frequent public transport a lot, who speaks a lot like Run SCV. They will often find like a young Asian person on their own, like a young Asian boy, to verbally assault. Many times I've told these people off, as many other Australians have in our life, and sometimes we've seen them forcibly ejected from public transport as well. Genuinely, isn't my job to teach you how to be racist. Oh no, who am I? Caught off guard, too busy typing. Guys, there's too much to analyze. I can't even keep up with the gameplay. I'll analyze the stupid insanity, but Run SCV is clearly a meth head. This is an Australian meth head. Or did that come out wrong? Except they've typoed wrong as ring. Now, who am I? Literally, it's almost 4 minutes. We've got almost no units. Is losing to... Have they killed a Marine? It's six Marines. Even workers could kill this normally. 6 Marines is not that scary. These units should be able to take care of it, finally. The Adept Sentry Stalker will come in, and they will take care of it, but losing the Adept, painful. Losing the Sentry would also be kind of rough here. And the Marines are going to target it. Oh, they get the Sentry. That hurts. And oh, no more Marines are coming in. We're not building anything else. Only 1 Adept on the way. Oh, this is an absolute disaster. Oh, no. Oh, it just feels so bad when a meth head is beating you as well. I feel, man. I feel for A, who am I? Too busy trolling the opponent about them thinking that a young Italian professional gamer slash leader of the rebellion in the on Marsara is an Italian man, not an Asian man. But, oh man, so many probes just got pulled. 20 probes for like 10 Marines. This is a disaster, guys. The Marines were trying to target a probe, but now they're going for the Stalker. They should have gone for the probes, but they keep changing targets here. And they changed targets again for a 3rd time. But it's okay. Round 16 of Unupgraded Marine is coming. There is a command center finally starting just before 5 minutes. Guys, a lot of these would be doing way better mining in the main. And of course, Ranis is, oh, you're doing great. You cook. I mean, I'm just going to say cook. I know it doesn't quite have the same inflection, but I don't know what other word really does. Anyways, point being, guys, they're a complete loser. And, you know, it's weird because I didn't know meth heads could play StarCraft, but looking at the build order, 3 barracks, only now getting an add-on, command center there, long distance mining, eBay, and factory coming down. I mean, this is such a bad build order. This does look like what I would imagine a meth head would play StarCraft like. Stalker Micro for AWMI finally coming in a little bit better than before, but the probes are exposed again. I think pulling the probes to fight is probably the best play here. You do not want to lose the Nexus. You don't want to lose too many probes, and I think pulling those probes is the right idea. Just overwhelm it, shut it down, and get back to mining the sentries, or go and walkabout. What's going on? And Run SCV is not going to be happy. Now, these meth heads, guys, they have a special problem with Asian people. I don't know why. I think it's just because they're crazy. And, yeah, they're the people that Pauline Hanson told them to hate many years ago. I don't know. They've been, you know, it's really, really weird behavior. Like I said, there's many times I've been on public transport, I've seen one of these meth head kind of crazies, and they're like, going back to your own country. And the thing that tipped me off was the when AUMI, you know, gave them some shit there and said, oh yeah, it's a famous Italian man. And you know, Run SCV may be a meth head, but even a meth head can clock when they're being made fun of. And they did not like that one bit. And that's why they said, oh, you're a funny cunt. We got a funny cunt here. And that is just the most Australian response. So yeah, I apologize for my people, guys. Or, well, not most of them, but for this one. This one of my people. And yeah, I'm really hoping A Who Am I absolutely destroys him in this game. Because we've had a fair... We do occasionally cast a loss in the salt mines. I prefer to avoid them. Because I don't really like watching complete losers win games. But it does happen. And we like to lambast them when that does go on. Speaking of the build order, let's do some analysis. So we've got Robo Templar Archive, so 2 base tech finally coming in. AUMI has lost 22 probes this game, massive amount of mining time. Finally is getting to splash damage, which is so desperately needed because you've dealt now with, I think it was 3 waves of Marines with no upgrades. Now, of course, our Terran player doesn't know what reactors are, just building Marines 3 at a time with Stim, and is actually now swapping to Reapers. Okay, we've got a genius on our hands. Still no orbital command center or planetary. Non-stop building depots. Gary, oh my god, they've watched my Bronze to GM, guys. But they've only got Gary, no Bruce. Just queuing up depots all game long so they don't get supply blocked. They've only put 2 workers on each gas, which is really weird because it kind of shows like they don't want to be inefficient and have an extra worker on gas, yet they're massively oversaturated on minerals, and they were long-distance mining minerals for most of this game. And now they're taking a command center that's not even at the 3rd. But it's like, at least hide it on the left side of the map or something like that, or down in the bottom right. Like, why would you put that there? The decision-making. Flabbergasting for our Terran player. Our Protoss player, who it feels like is kind of the worst player out of the 2, just because they didn't really get any scouting or anything. They've gone for a hallucination scout over the turret. Run SCV is so offended by that. Wait. Did he... Are they offended that the opponent scouted, or did he think that was a real Phoenix? Because he's killed a hallucinated Phoenix of the turret, and he's like, retard? And you're like, mate, it was a hallucination. Unless you think that was a real Phoenix that just flew over a turret and died, you are absolutely owning yourself by saying that. Now, here we've got another attack, guys. So Run SCV is going to go for a 2-prong. Unluckily for... Oh, no. I was going to say, unluckily for them, there's a wall-off. That is a gaping wall-off, that is. There's a big old hole in that bad boy. These Reapers are going to go straight to the main. All the units are down in the natural. They're not in position. Oh, no. AUMI is in trouble. Luckily, there's a battery that could buy a little bit of time, but that's enough Reapers to one-shot anyway. On the natural, the Marines are going to get slaughtered, though. Oh my god, they get absolutely minced. Unfortunately, that means, though, the units are way out of position. The Reapers did not target fire the probes. They could have killed a lot more workers there. They're wasting time attacking buildings. And now they are going to try and run away. How many of them will actually escape? It looks like 2 Reapers do go down. Now, Who Am I does need to either wall that off or leave units there. He's going to send some Zealots for a counterattack, which is actually really nice. He's going to send those over to the 3rd. Unfortunately, we'll miss the 3rd base since it's on the 4th base location. So actually, genius expansion location. I take back my criticisms. Orbital is finally made in the main, by the way. Not like they're ever going to remember to use it anyway. And there's a bunch of Zealots, Marines, and turrets here. Zealot charges in, tanks Marines bunker, does clean that up. 3rd base on the way for the Protoss player. 1-1 upgrades are on the way as well. Now, the trick with a meth head is you do have to be careful not to get like hepatitis or anything. They may try to bite you. It's not always, it's not the same rules as when you're fighting a normal human, where like, beating them in a fight is usually pretty simple. Because, yeah, case in point, look at this, guys. We've got Stim, +1, no add-ons. We're still building barracks, but we're not building reactors. So we're going unupgraded Marine except for Stim and +1. No combat shield. No healing for these guys. What are we talking about? Oh, the Zealots found the expansion and made it lift. He just found the expansion and made it lift. Ron SCV reacts surprisingly quickly, but is now going to go for a 5 starport transition on 2 base while still not fully mining gas. In fact, nowhere near fully mining gas. You got like 1 billion workers that aren't mining, but you're not mining your gas while going 5 starports and ringing your base in missile turrets. I think we got a genius over here, guys. Run SCV here, playing like a proper friggin' StarCraft player. Look at that, just clicking buttons in a somewhat random order. We're also going to build command centers nowhere near where we're able to defend. You could build them here and here where you can actually defend them. Or you can build them here and just hope the opponent doesn't see them and kill them in the next 2 minutes. Okay. Genius. High-level play, guys. Colossus Storm Archons coming in, which means Marines are well past their use by date. The Marines have actually been quite effective so far. You can see lots of damage done. Run SCV could have built a massive lead. But now he's going to go into Banshees, which I guess is not as bad since none of these things, other than the Stalkers and the feedbacks and the Storm, can really hit them. But the Marines are going to be completely worthless from now on. Even Marauders, once there's Colossus and Storm, are pretty bad. And yet we're just going to... Okay, it's going to be round 5 of Marines. How many Marines have we sacrificed? 34 so far. And this is going to be about 30, 34 Marines itself. So we're going to go for a wave that's as big as all of our previous attacks combined. A few Marines and Mule Hug will deal with the Zealots there. Zealot does go down. SCVs return to mining. More hallucinations coming forward. Marines are coming in. They can do some big damage, man, if they go into the 3rd. If they go to the right, to the 4th, that won't be as effective because there's not as many probes there. The army's nearby, though. And you need to kill a lot to make this many Marines worth it. Good probe pull away. Oh, well, he doesn't pull the probes far enough, but the Zealots are nearby. Oh, can he get the Storm to save the base? Storm to save the base? Oh, not quite. Does get the Storm down now. But the Nexus goes down. Honestly, though, that was like 30 plus Marines. Yeah, 30 Marines just went down. You kill like 3-4 probes in a Nexus. AOMI just rebuilds it. Still has a 4th base. These moves. Diminishing returns, my friends. Diminishing returns. Now, the Banshees have built, and rather than... Oh my god, did you F2 those across the map? They've flown over a Zealot, and then they've flown back over a Zealot. The whole point of Banshees is they're a surprise move. And now all AOMI needs to do after seeing that is build a cannon or 2 in each mineral line, make a Stargate, make Phoenix Oracle. Basically, Oracles can tag the Banshees, so they are permanently revealed, and then your Phoenix can outrun them and gun them down. I'm looking for either of those responses. Oh, no. Did we not spot the Banshees fly over the Zealot? But I don't think we did. I think we were reeling from the Marine attack, so I don't think AOMI has noticed it. Because they're not building any anti-air. And the cannons they were building, I think, were just generic cannons that they were throwing down in random bases. Oh, no. The Reapers just got back in again. Guys, is it still not walled off? Is it still not walled off? Were they able to jump past the gateway? I think they were. Oh, my God. A few Zealot Orphans do come in. Can they leave again? Can they just jump straight back down? Oh, my God, they can. This is the worst Reaper wall off of all time. Runner Civi says, you fucking shack. I mean, as always, guys, just a little public service announcement. If the opponents you're playing in the skill-based matchmaking system suck, what does that say about your skill level? just a little pop quiz for everybody out there. The Banshees just flew past an observer, but I don't know if we've seen it. Observers are building. Maybe we have. Oh, Observers and Stalkers are building. Okay, so we do know about it. You need to go Stargate, though. Stargate and Cannons. Yeah, okay, Cannon in the main's going to go up. That's not too bad. Unfortunately, we've shift-clicked it for whatever reason. Oh, yeah, noobs often struggle with this, where they shift-click. You want to build the cannon, then hold down shift to go back to mining. It's generally what you want to do in these situations, but it is what it is. Banshees are going to come into the main. Still no Stargate, which means it's going to be kind of hard to keep up with these Banshees. Run SCV could actually find a lot of damage here. I'm sure people in the comments, what level is this? This looks like Bronze League. Just a reminder, these guys, I would guess, are probably in... I'm going to guess low plat. I'm gonna guess low plat. Could be different. Could be lower, but maybe high gold. This is definitely better than silver though, because they're actually spending their money reasonably well, building pretty high work accounts, making good set of upgrades, and actually a Stargate goes down. Really good response. So Who Am I seems to know the response there. Of course, Run SCV has been quite active with their units and their verbal harassment, which is a combo. Usually, if you're verbally harassing your opponent, their skill level will drop. Most people aren't used to dealing with harassment in a game, people shit-talking them. They play worse, right? There's a reason people do this. In game, in sports, hell, think of the World Cup recently, right? Lots of people shit-talking, you know, covering their mouth, that sort of thing. Shoving each other. You're trying to throw your opponent off. But the mass marine strategy is going to fall off a cliff in terms of efficiency. The Banshees on the right side are going to do massive damage over there. Oh no! Oh no! Hey, Who Am I was in such a good position, but we're running into a double planetary, not like this. Oh my god, the tanks in the planetary killing so many units. The whole army out of position. The 5th base is going to go down, and the 4th base. Fuck off, says Run SCV. Run SCV is getting so much damage in a situation where their army is utter trash. The High Templar and the Colossus are coming back. They will deal with the Marines eventually. The Marines should just be getting into this main and just clicking on everything. Is going to take out a ton of probes. The Nexus will fall, but the Marines, remember, they don't have combat shields. Second stim goes in. They're on 25 hit points, and they are getting absolutely roasted by the Colossus Zealot. Not going to be able to kill that last Nexus. At the same time, though, Banshees on the right side, they could do really big damage. AOMI's economy is getting slaughtered right now. I mean, Run SCV's economy shit behind it as well, but this is enough damage to be a real problem. Phoenix and the Observer are there, but the Observer does not have speed, which means the Banshees can just outrun it, and that's why you need an Oracle. If you have an Oracle and a couple Phoenix on a control group, you tag that, you chase it down, you kill all these Phoenix on the way home. As it is, the Banshees kill another pylon and run away. A Nexus gets rebuilt there, and there. It's a triple Nexus rebuild, but right now, Who Am I has so little money coming in. Luckily for them, Run SCV's out of minerals in the main, so it's like 1.5 bases mining versus just half a base, which is not the craziest advantage. And luckily, there's no transition for Run SCV. It's still just building 1 tank, 7 Marines at a time, and 5 Banshees. You mad, bitch? Are you mad? Are you mad, bitch? I kid you not, man. Run SCV is 3 seconds away from asking to borrow Who Am I's lighter, and then Who Am I being like, "Oi, can I get my lighter back?" And Run SCV is like, "What are you fucking talking about? This is mine." You know, Run SCV is a proper fucking piece of shit. I mean, you know, the question is, does their attitude hold up? I can always respect someone who talks a bit of shit, but they have the same energy when they're losing as when they're winning, where, like, they take it in stride. The problem you usually have with these guys is every time they get a victory, they're like, "Oh, yes, I'm so good." But then it, like, scales down really quickly as well. And they start, you know, basically just going through the random rotation of slurs once they start losing, or once it becomes obvious that they're losing anyway. Denying another base is good, but is it enough? These bases are rebuilding. There's still 55 probes up. Who Am I is doing an okay job, and once again, there is no core follow-up. If there was a mech army, Thors with double upgrades on, even if it was just mass Thor, tank Hellbat, anything like that, battle cruisers would be fine, but it's mass unupgraded Banshee and useless Marines. You've been playing against Colossus High Templar for the last 10 minutes. Maybe stop making the unit that gets automatically killed by them. These Marine run-bys have been diminishing returns for a while now. There's 140 Marine deaths. The Banshees are finding great damage, but it's a massive investment in those. And Observer speed's about to kick in. Oh my god, why aren't we cloaking? Run away from the Observer and now cloak. Mate, it's the only ability you have. It's a crime to even call this a spellcaster. If you just cloak and fly away, they won't take that. Now you're going to cloak that the Observer's right on top. Oh my god. Guys, that was like 20 Banshees. These units are so expensive. Oh my god, we're going to lose almost every single one. Oh my god, one Banshee escapes. 16 have died. Do you know how much that costs? The Marines run in on this side. And oh my lord, it's a slaughterhouse. Even if they get the Nexus, which thankfully, who am I not watching for a second, doesn't continue the chase. Finally gets the army. Oh my god, I love the way the Marines ran forward. You could tell they were target firing. I think tried to click on a High Templar. Accidentally clicked on a pylon instead. I think Run SCV after that fight, we might be realizing, oh, this isn't working. And that's usually... So, I always say, like, top-level players are always 3 steps ahead. High-level players 2 steps ahead. GM's 1 step ahead, right? So a GM will always be thinking, okay, I'm going Mass Marine. He's going to go splash damage. I'm going to do, you know, something else next. A mid-tier player, they lose a fight. And then they go, ooh, this isn't working. Maybe I should do something else. And then another fight or 2 and they transition. A really, really trash player loses 5 fights in a row in the most disgustingly one-sided way, which is what's happened to Run SCV's Mass Marine for the last 5 minutes of this game. And then they keep building Mass Marine and clicking it into the Storm Colossus. And this is where the critical thinking abilities of the trash tier StarCraft player break down. They're like, oh, you fucking shit. Yeah, and we're back to the racial slurs. You fucking shit, you cook. Oh my lord. Genius. Absolute genius. Coming in here. As I said, once they realize they start losing, rather than thinking, maybe I should build something other than Marines, which their answer, by the way, is to make an armory and building armor. Guys, I think they only know how to use Banshees and Marines. I'm going to be honest. I know Silver players who would have transitioned to battle cruisers or something by now. Come on, man. Come on, man. We're just going to stim Marines in again. The army's there, and we're like, oh, whoops, I've got to run away now. Now, to be fair, Run SCV, there's a little bit of it that feels almost like he's trolling by just staying on this unit comp, but I legitimately think he's just too stupid to do anything else. If he is kind of trolling by purposely giving himself this restriction, I do have like a theory. I don't think this is the dominant theory for me, but it's like a side theory. You guys let me know what you think. And it's that there's such a miserable person to be around in real life. The only way that they can get human interaction, which we all need human interaction. We're social creatures naturally. Even the most antisocial introverted of us, we all need social interaction, right? If you're too miserable to be around, people just won't interact with you. They just won't brook your company in real life. Most people use this as a way to learn some sort of coping, adaptive, or masking mechanism to allow themselves to be at least vaguely palatable to be around. People will then stand being near them. They can get that social outlet they need. There's another path, which I believe is the one Run SCV may have taken here. They might just be a meth head. They might just be a meth head who just, who knows? But that path, as these Marines come in, they will find this base. Oh, High Templar. Oh my god, the storms aren't bad. Would have been good if we did 1 storm next to each other instead of 2 on the same spot. The Phoenix trying to fight the Marines is crazy. But they were clicking the Nexus, luckily, so they weren't actually fighting the Phoenix. But either way, it's once again a Nexus kill. And then all the Marines just get absolutely roasted. I'll finish that theory in a moment. For now, the Phoenix are going to jump on top of the Banshees. Do we know how to cloak? Oh, we've remembered how to cloak. Unfortunately, we're in cannon range, so 3 of the Banshees die almost instantly anyway. You lose! You lose! Now, this is the point. You guys know there's like the stages of grief where they can't accept it. They're definitely not at acceptance yet, because there's the moment where they're kind of negotiating. They're like, well, you're losing. I'm not dying. You're dying. You know, like they're just trying to change reality right now. Obviously goes for the you fat, yellow, slope-eyed fucking runt. Okay, cool. Slope-eyed. Guys, I haven't heard slope-eyed in a long time. And that's what I love about, there's a thing, if you guys take meth, ice, we often call it here in Australia, ice meth, methamphetamine, do some crystal, there's a thing that happens. You could be 23 years old, and suddenly you not only look 60 years old after like a year of doing it, and all your teeth look like they're from someone even older if you've got any left, but you also start using old-timey slurs and language, and that's what I really appreciate. So there's a lot of people, like I've always said, if you really appreciate Australian history and our old culture and stuff, and you want to go back to the old days, you really should do more meth, because something like, it's like you smoke a little bit of that meth, and instantly you're like, you slope-eyed runt, you know, bringing out all the old school Asian slurs that came back from the Korean and Vietnam War, you know, 70, 80 years ago, that no one really actively uses anymore, but we know is still pretty damn offensive. Just it's a real blast from the past, and I do appreciate it. So back to the point I was saying before, Yeah, basically, I think Run SCV might be getting their social interaction by maybe sandbagging in video games. I don't think it's true. I think they actually are this bad, but because they play pretty slow as well. But like the weird long-distance mining on the natural and not taking orbitals or ever dropping mules, it almost feels like they've given themselves a restriction. And this way people are forced to interact with them. And rather than, you know, masking, being a little bit pleasant in a certain way, trying to make yourself palatable to be around, there are definitely a range of people who just play video games online and just basically be their toxic self there, because this way, you know, they rely on their opponents wanting to climb the ladder and win the game enough in order to stay in the social interaction with them. Whereas whenever they act like this in real life, people either punch them in the face or walk away from them. And they're just like, yeah, you run. AOMI's like, I hope you're having fun, buddy. They're like, fuck you, Fajot. Aye! Okay, so this is great. At no point did AOMI seem to care about the anti-Asian racist slur. So Run SCV is getting sick of not getting a big enough reaction and has now gone for the homophobic slur. So we're throwing darts blindfolded right now, seeing what will stick. So far, AOMI doesn't seem to give a shit, which is honestly the best defense against people like this. Unfortunately, the Banshees are getting caught, catching the High Templar out. The problem is the Protoss continues to re-expand. And with this style, because the Terran doesn't know how... Wait, did we make one tectonic destabilizer Tempest? What in the world? This is what the fleet beacon was for. Marines are going to come to very slowly deal with that. That's hilarious. But yeah, basically, the Terran is going to struggle to take more bases. As long as Protoss keeps rebuilding bases, units lost tab is positive for Protoss. Yes, they're losing bases, but they're not losing enough probes. The probes are the higher value targets, but Run SCV keeps going for the Nexus, which is actually not the high value play. It's the probes that are always way more valuable. Oh, look at that. The Phoenix come in, once again, forgetting how to use Cloak. Remembers how to use it, and then runs straight past the Banshee. Absolute genius there. Unfortunately, Phoenix do need to just move on. You to bring the Observer over. Am I really struggling with their controls? Okay, finally we're going to pick up the Marines and take care of them. Finally. I get it. This is a stressful spot. I've seen GM players really struggle with Banshee harassment, myself included in the past, if you're not used to it. The Tempest was attacking our own Nexus for a while there. We finally shut this down. This army is roaming around the map. Run SCV. This base up here is like the last mining base. This one's almost completely out. Run SCV needs more command centers, but they just keep wasting minerals. 333 Marines have died this game. Stop building Marines. Oh my God, we're going to make combat shields. After 333 Marines have died, now you're going to build combat shields? Do you know how big plus 10 hit points is on a friggin' 45 hit point unit, guys? 45 to 55 hit points is a massive percentage increase. It is such a big upgrade. You've done nothing but throw Marines in the meat grinder all game, into units that hard counter them. And now you're going to do it. I also love, once again, targeting the Nexus. It's only 400 minerals. Cost for cost, 8 Marines trades evenly with the Nexus, guys. I'm going to go out on a limb. Units lost tab, 14 Nexus for 350 Marines. I'm not good with maths. Someone crunch the numbers. 350, oh, even more Marines getting taken out here. Yeah. Okay, so at the end of this, it's 361 Marines for 14 Nexus. That's a bad ratio. I don't think that's 8 Marines per Nexus, guys. If it was 8 Marines per Nexus, we'd be sitting at like, what, 110 or something, 115 Marines, but we're about 3 times worse than that, which is absolutely awful. And the complete lack of a transition is really hurting. Only seems to know how to use 2 units, Marines and Banshees. Planetaries, bunkers with the building armor, a few siege tanks, a few planetaries scattered around. And remember, building a double planetary like this seems like a good idea until you realize you can't use it to secure any other part of the map. So rather than relying on planetaries, if you guys ever want to actually be a good StarCraft player, there's this crazy thing where you build an actual mobile army that kills things. Battle cruisers would have been a very easy choice in this game, as a very easy unit to use that does well against most things that aren't Tempests, and even against Tempests with good teleport and Yamato, you can take care of the Marines. Are going to stim out and catch a Tempest. I'm still not sure why Tempests were ever built in this game. Tempests are kind of this funny unit where whenever I watch team games where a lot of casual players hang, every Protoss just masses Tempests. Tempests are admittedly, like, they're one of the worst units you can build. They're really good for chipping at your opponent from really far away and making them engage into storms and tanks and other things. Having a few Tempests is a nice bonus. The number of Protoss players where, like, they're not even in late game yet, and they're like, I'm going to build 16 Tempests. And I'm like, mate, you don't even have Psystorm yet. Your opponent, your allies aren't, like, maxed on a mech army. Like, what are you doing? But I have a really big problem with StarCraft players making unit comps that don't make sense for them. Mass Marine in late game into mass splash damage. Terrible, terrible idea. Like, just makes no sense. Protoss players, you guys know I rant about Mass Stalker, Mass Tempest. For Zergs, what would Zergs be? Zergs, I think, would just probably be like... I mean, it's kind of the Zerg way to take inefficient fights. I'm not going to criticize that. That's just the way you're meant to do it. It's called chucking a Zerg for a reason. Speaking of chucking a Zerg, this Terran player acting like a bit of a Zerg player here as he clicks his Marines forwards into the fire pit, and he's like, hey, that didn't work. Maybe if I build more Marines... Maybe if I build some more Marines, I can get this invader of my land out of here. You're a fucking fajo, mate. You should consider self-harm. Oh my lord, wow. So now we're going, okay, well, they haven't really taken the bait on anything. We're gonna go for that. AUMI is just like, yeah, thanks, no worries, I will, mate. And this is not the response Run SCV was hoping for. Run SCV is being hard countered by indifference. A lot of people forget the power of indifference. Someone who's calling you names when they're losing is hopelessly, desperately trying to distract from the fact that they're losing. If they can move the discussion away from that, they will be very happy. By kind of just shrugging your shoulders and continuing to destroy them, you don't allow them to move the focus there. And I think Run SCV is very unhappy about that. I think, you know what, Run SCV, I think this might actually be a symptom of something bigger, guys, which is the male loneliness epidemic. You know, I watched a video the other day. I might show you guys a little bit in this video, actually. With a meth head with one of the most supportive partners I've ever seen. And he may have been stealing a car and running from the cops, but he seemed like he was having a good time doing it. And he didn't have any of these socially maladapted habits and features that Run SCV has. So, you know, maybe Run SCV is just... it just hasn't been able to find love in this world, is bitter and angry about it, and is blaming anyone but themselves. It's sad to see, and I think we all just need, you know, support and love in our lives, but we've got to earn it as well. It's not something that is deserved, it's something that's earned, and, you know, you've got to make yourself a ray of sunshine to be around, and I think that's the thing that Run SCV is missing is, why is the world being unfair to me? Why aren't the Protoss players letting me kill them with mass Marines into mass splash damage repeatedly? 441 Marines are dead. It's about to be 444 when these three go down. LOL, I gave you air, you fat rook. Runt? I think rook, right? Like the chess piece. Actually rhymes. I should have been saying that the whole time, hey. Anyways, you fat Asian slur runt. So now they're just taking stabs in the dark here. We are up to 443 Marines dead. That one survived. The Zealots decided to let it live for whatever reason. Another 5 going over here. And AWMI is slowly dissecting their opponent, who has just got one play, really. It's stim Marines around the map, and then if they have money, stim Banshee, run Banshees around the map. I mean, they've been pretty good at doing multi-prong harass, which is like an important StarCraft skill. Unfortunately, they don't have anything else. I allowed it, nothing more. You know, now they're not talking like a method. Oh, and then they go back to the method talk, and they are definitely Australian. You fat fucking dog. For those who don't know, if you guys have ever been in and around Housing Commission and seen a couple of people fighting, you will know that in moments of rage, the kind of trailer park insult, I guess is what to translate that to American, that comes out instantly when people are really angry, when super bogans are really angry. It's always, you fucking dog runt. Oh, we got a funny runt over here. Oh, you fucking dog. There's something about, it's funny because dogs are such like a lovable, loyal animal. But yeah, basically, that's the insult you will see. Whether you'll see like two Sheilas, they'll be like, "Oi, you fucking cheating on, you took my man from me. He's mine, you fucking dog bitch." You know, like there's so many formats that dog fits into. But this is weird, unique, and rare because I think this is my first time seeing someone here in the Salt Mines who's so clearly an Australian method. Like, I just didn't think they played StarCraft. I didn't think it was the demographic. But heck yeah, dude. All right, guys, before we go, I promised to show you. This is from Dashcam Owners Australia. And this is the rare case where we get to watch a car chase, not from the point of view of the police like you normally do, but this is from the person whose car was stolen. They got the dash cam afterwards, and they found the footage with the audio turned on of the criminals who've just stolen the car. We've got a couple of Aussie methods. I'm pretty sure one of these is Run SCV from that last game, or at least them in an alternate universe where they have a supportive partner.
How are you going to get out of it?
We're going to have to run.
No.
Run.
No. Go out, babe. It's just because the road's blocked off. Just go out.
Are you sure?
Yep, go out and drive out. Straight past them all. You even got him to
Put
lower
your window up.
You'll be right. He's just got to move that. And
Get out of the fucking car!
Go,
Get out!
go. Go, baby, go! Just go. Just go. Just go. You're right, babe, you're alright!
I know, I'm just getting away from it for us. Now, how's that for driving, Nolan?
Get me away.
Good driving or not?
Good boy, get me away. Get us away.
I am.
Get us away. Get us away. Baby, careful. Careful.
You see, guys, most of us just
Honey,
haven't.
careful, because I'll get air patrol out.
I know.
Run SCV just never had a supportive partner going, get us away, baby, get us away. Yeah, good driving, baby. Come on, baby, get us out of here. Get us away from them coppers. Yeah, this is a fantastic video. I'll link this one in the description. I think this is like the funniest video ever. It gets even better as it goes on. I'm not going to show the whole thing here though, but I think that is that's the format of human. Funnily enough, the one stealing the car, I think, has a better life outcome than the guy in this video. Anyways, links down below. Let's go to the next game. All right, guys, let's get into the next game. Straight from the hot tub into the next game, because we like to keep it weird here on this channel. And guys, we're going to be going into it. Looks like we've got Clan Manbun's Kakarot in the top left side, up against Rainsy in the bottom right side. Good luck, have fun from Kakarot as they go for the old Peroxy double barracks. Okie dokie. That last game was like, it really felt like a call for help, was what chat was saying. I agree. Hopefully we see something a bit funnier. We'll see. Obviously, like, it's always a mix. I mean, I don't really think the Salt Mines is a pure comedy show. It really is much more about it's a study of the extremes of humanity. I think it's like, if we just watched people say funny, outlandish things, I mean, it's hard to find those. It would get repetitive. If we just watch people say slurs and nothing else, it would get repetitive. Well, we kind of want to see the full gamut of people getting angry at video games and what leads them to it, as well as giving constructive feedback. And a big part of constructive feedback I would give to our player in the last game is maybe just like, crazy idea, just like ask people questions, or like, you know, go on like a forum where people try to get better at the game. And you can go on there and you can like basically be like, hey, I'm trying to do a Banshee Marine build and it never beats Protoss. Any advice? You could post that replay. People like give you advice in my Discord. They'd be like, oh, you could do this better. You could like have back and forth. You could have conversation around a shared interest or hobby like StarCraft, and then maybe interact with those people through that shared thing. And your social skills don't need to be very good, and you're still going to get social interaction. The advantage of that is it doesn't involve you basically sandbagging in ladder games while spamming slurs at people for multiple hours a day. Crazy idea. Definitely, I think you should try it. No, you're kidding me. You're kidding me! Rainsy scouts and doesn't see the 4 barracks! Oh, get out of here! Oh no, Rainsy! Well, Rainsy's going to Dicktown. Rainsy's going to be upset at this one, guys. I think Manbun's Kakarot is about to cause some real trouble. Bunker's going to go up. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. He dances all day and night. Drones and Zerglings do take out the first SCV on the bunker, though. That's really good. Where are the other SCVs? They're still building barracks. You got to get them over there, mate. You got to get that bunker up. Kakarot messing around here. And with a 4 barracks, normally you don't want to show it this early. The fact that it wasn't scouted means this would have been much stronger, I think, if we waited for like 6 or 7 Marines. As it is, the Marines need to get in here and overwhelm the Queen and the Spine Crawler. Otherwise, they need to defend this SCV building the bunker. They've got to get this bunker up, because if that bunker goes down, you can't place another one on creep. Ooh, one of the Marines goes down. That SCV is going to go down. Bunker takes a lot of damage. The SCV needs to get on that bunker right now. If Kakarot gets the bunker up, Rainsy's in big trouble, because that is in range of the hatchery. But the Marine count seems a little bit low, and the Marines are going to go overwhelmed. The other SCV goes down. Rainsy brings it out with the Queen and the 2 spines. Says, who needs to figure this out? I can hold. I've got a few Queens. I've got a few spines. And Manbun's Kakarot only now makes the orbital. This was meant to be an all-in. Bunker goes down. I don't think that even got cancelled, guys. And I think Kakarot should just pull the boys now. I think in this sort of game, you wait for like 8 more Marines, and then you just push. But look at this. The Overlord is actually going to see these Marines returning home. Dude, you do not want to return home. In a game like this, you have to stay on the front. You've got a wall off. You can't go home, mate. Because now Zerg can drone like crazy. And Rainsy's doing a pretty intelligent thing. 3 spine crawlers, because you're like, this is super Olympic. Seeing the Marines go home, honestly, I think Rainsy should just drone. Cancel one of the spines, or cancel the 2 Queens, actually. Get these Queens injecting, spread some creep. You've seen the Marines go home with the Overlord. You can drone, and then get up a Baneling Nest. Because you've almost got the gas, and if you get Banelings, SCV pull is not very scary. Speaking of which, oh my god. Dude, is Rainsy going to see it? I'm on Rainsy's camera. Baneley nest goes down. They're about to get vision of it. Do they look? Do they look? They've got big vision on the minimap. They see it. They see the SCVs. Build spines, build banelings. And there's no way to die here. I think Rainsy has Kakarot dead. I think Kakarot's dead. I mean, it's a good idea to pull the boys, but you didn't need to send the Marines home. The Marines could have hung around for a bit more, distracting the opponent. You could have stopped him from building the 2 extra spine crawlers by darting in. Now you've given him all the time in the world to get ready. The Bailey nest is almost there. There's still a lot of Marines, though. 29. This is almost 30 Marines. The Zerglings are going to get wrecked, but the Queens and the Spines are going to be so good. Remember, Spines have 2 armor, plus you've got Transfusers available. Rainsy with a really good defensive setup. These guys are clearly pretty high-level players. Transfuse on the Spines would be massive, but they need to start transfusing. The Lings go forward. All the Lings are gone. It's now just Queens and Spines, but man, that's a lot of Hentacles. And look at these Marines. Holy crap. Oh, that's more Hentacle than they ever accounted for. Oh my god. There's chunks of Marine flying everywhere. What? Let's watch those Marine death animations again. That goes down. GG. Oh, and remember, the physics are actually randomly formulated every time, so we might get some unique animations here. Come on, come on. There's some cool ones where when they stab a Marine or an SCV, their body gets tossed. We just saw an SCV. There goes a Marine. My favorite thing is when the spine crawler flicks the unit after stabbing it. I love it. And they say, fuck you as they leave. Nice. But not just that, we have a screenshot for this game to polish off this episode of the Salt Mine. So let's go take a look. All right, guys, we got some cool high-level genius play here from these guys. Very smart. Okay, so Kakarot messages after the game and calls them a Fajot. And they said, your tears are delicious. And Dragon Ball Z is gay as fuck. Wait, guys. Is Kakarot a character from Dragon Ball Z? I never watched Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. What is Kakarot, guys? Oh, that's Goku's name? So, which one's Goku? Guys, I've never watched it in my life. I watched it once. Everyone was really into it. Is Goku's the main guy or the blonde guy? Or is that the same dude? Just after he jizzed or something. So for me, guys, I only ever watched Dragon Ball Z once. All my friends said it was really cool when I was in like year 5. When I was like 11 years old. And I watched one episode. And so the episode, right? So it was basically like, there was one guy and he was like, and I remember I came in, I had no context, so I didn't know what the build-up was. And then the camera went to the other guy, and he was like, and then the camera went back, and it zoomed in on the first guy again. He was going, and then it went back to the first guy, zoomed in even more, and he was like, and I was like, are these guys constipated? And that was the whole episode, was them trying to squeeze a giant shit out, and it just kept swapping between the characters. Now, I must have missed all of the good build up to that point. I'm sure it was a good show, but I couldn't get past that being my first introduction to the series. And I never watched it again. I never gave it another chance. I've heard it's fantastic, but that was the only introduction that I had to the show. And I was like, guys, I'm not watching. I went to school the next day. I was like, guys, I'm not watching 2 guys try to take a shit. Eat some more fiber and calm down. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And they're like, it's great, Jared. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You should watch it. So anyways, apparently Kakarot is just a different name for Goku. Okay, let's go back. That context is useful. Okay, so they've gone for, this is a pretty technical and smart idea, guys. If your opponent clearly is using gay stuff as a slur, usually it means they are in the closet, but very unhappy about it. They usually, either they think it's a big insulting thing, and then they've got this one piece of information you have about your opponent through the internet, which is off their nickname. They're clearly a fan of Dragon Ball Z. So they've gone straight for the weak spot there by pointing out that Dragon Ball Z is gay. And that is so clearly not something that they actually believe, but they know that it's going to get them. And Kakarot goes, you for Joe queer, F you. And they're just like, mate, Rainsy's just like, your tears are delicious. Thanks for the donation, buddy. You're dick-sucking for Joe. Oh my God. Kakarot just lost it. That's so fun. Okay, I'm going to call that, guys. That's a critical hit. That's really smart. In the moment to go after the one thing they love and call it the thing that they were just insulting you with, like, it's so funny because I think for like 90% of people these days, gay is lost its power as a slur like 20 plus years ago. I feel like it's been a long time since someone calling like me gay or any other slur associated with homosexual has like affected me in any way. And there's still guys out there which they go to like, you're effing gay. And it's funny because like all it does is it waves a flag that those guys will actually get offended if you call them gay. Like that's the only point in calling someone gay is to go, hello, everybody, announcement. I am either gay and ashamed of it, or I think being gay is very bad. I would like you all to know, I think being gay is bad. And you're just like, oh, you're gay. And they're like, complete meltdown. It's so consistent as well. It's it's a negative IQ move. Guys, if you are ashamed of being gay or you think being gay is bad in some way, you gotta stop calling people gay as an insult because all it does is lets them know what your weak point is. It's like if I hate playing against Terran drops and the first time I play a Terran at the start of each game I go, medevacs are imbalanced. I hate medevac drops. And then guess what? They keep dropping me all game. And I'm like, I can't believe you've done this. Like, mate, you told him the thing that beats you at the start of the game. Like, you're your own worst enemy here. Anyways, you guys let me know if you've got any cool replays. Send them to me. Links down below. As always, send them to me with those drop SC links. Upload them over there. Massive thanks to Cosmic for sorting the replays. Massive thanks to everyone for being patient with me. We had a bit of a break from the salt mines, but we've got another episode already lined up. So hopefully we'll get back to weekly episodes over the next few weeks and send me the delicious, salty, and no doubt unhinged tears of people, as I'm sure there's a lot of people melting down on the new patch. So I want to see those new replays, and I'll try to prioritize those in the next few weeks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye and good night.